Hi and welcome to Knit with Hannah. I'm Hannah. I'm talking more about what's in my knitting toolkit, and it's the last video about this today. I'm just going to show you the last few bits that are in there. Hi, welcome to Knit with Hannah. I'm Hannah. I'm here with Knit and Natter Vlogmas. You're used to that now. So if you've been watching all the other videos, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. And if you want to subscribe, then please do. I'm giving you videos all the way up until December 24th every day for Vlogmas. And I also give you a video every Tuesday, so you can join me and learn all about knitting. We've got demos, I've got talk about yarn, I talk about planning your knitting, all sorts of things about knitting all over my YouTube channel. And if you're new here, subscribe, hit the little bell so that you'll be notified when these new videos appear. And go and have a look at my channel. It's so many playlists now. I'm actually shocked when I look at the front page of my YouTube channel and think, have I really done that many videos? Well, yes, I have. There's quite a lot to choose from now. Let's have another look at the knitter's toolkit that I keep with me whenever I'm knitting. I take this with me on holiday. I keep this by my knitting when I'm knitting at home, and it also means that if fiddlesticks, I've left it in the other room, I can actually say to my husband, can you remember where I left this? And he knows exactly what it looks like. It's not a case of where's my needle case, where are my scissors, where's my stitch holders. It's all in one place. So I really do suggest, even if you ask for a wash bag like this is a wash bag from Cath Kidston, ask for one of these for Christmas so you can keep all of your kit together. It really has been really a good idea. I got this as a Christmas present many years ago, and it was just sat around. I wasn't really using it, and then I wanted to really get my knitting kit together, and I thought I have the ideal bag to keep it all in. This is what I keep it in. Now, we've talked about quite a few things already. We've gone through my measuring tape, my needles, my scissors, my sewing needles, that is, my scissors that are also in my needle case, stitch markers, stitch holders. I've completely forgotten what else we've talked about. Let's look at these last few things. So the interesting thing about me is that I'm not just a knitter, I'm also a crocheter. I don't do it that much anymore because it actually hurts my wrist and I have a problem with my thumb. So I can get cramp if I do a lot of crocheting in a row. Holding the crochet hook is more uncomfortable for me than knitting. I don't do it that much, but look at this. This is a crochet hook folder that I got when I bought all of these crochet hooks together. I'm the kind of person who goes in a shop and sees, if you buy all of them, then you get a bargain holder to go with it, then I buy all of them. And I reckon I probably, in my time, this must be 25, maybe 30 years old, I have probably used all of these crochet hooks. And I bought extra ones. There's a couple of them that are larger than the ones in here, so I bought them extra. And I'm sure that maybe you've done this too if you're a crocheter or even a knitter. You think, oh, I can't find that size, I better buy a new one. And I actually have got another one of these exactly the same size. I love this wooden one, absolutely love it. But yes, I've got quite a few 4mm and I've got quite a few 5 as well. My crochet hooks, very important to me. I use them a lot and they live in my knitting toolkit bag. So what else do I have in my tool bag? Now, I have 2 pairs of scissors. This pair of scissors is the one that came with my sewing kit when I was first given a sewing kit as a child. I was 5 or 6, I think. And this pair I bought a couple of years ago to see if it would work. They're not as sharp as the ones I bought later, the ones I use now. So they stay in my toolkit, and the mechanism is kind of tight. I don't really like those very much. I should probably give them to someone who wants a pair of scissors and hasn't got anything, but I just keep them in my toolkit, you know, just as I do. And the last thing I have in here is really sentimental. Well, no, one of the last things I have in here is really sentimental. That is my first pair of knitting needles. These came with the first knitting kit that I had as a child, and it was with these that I knitted this, and I talked about this right at the beginning of December, so go and see if you can find that video. This is my sentimentality just flourishing. I keep those in my toolkit to show me and remind me how far I've come, just as I keep this on my notice board in the studio to remind me of how far I've come. That anything is achievable. To start knitting with this and to now be designing my own patterns and teaching knitting almost 40 years later, that reminds me that anything can be learned and loved and cherished for many, many years if you decide that it's something you want to dedicate yourself to. So I keep these needles for sentimental reasons. If I had a little girl, then I'd probably pass them on to her. And the other thing I have in here is a tiny little pack of post-it notes, and that's for keeping a tally chart of the stitches that I'm going through. It might be just making notes about a particular pattern. If I don't want to write on the pattern or in the book, I will use these instead. That's the last thing that's in my toolkit. Thank you for joining me for these videos. It's been great going through this. It's reminded me of how much stuff I have in there. And if you want to see the whole lot, then I have a whole video that's completely exclusively going through what's in the toolkit. And you can go and have a look at that if you want to. If you want to find out more about knitting, if this is your first time and you're thinking I need to put a toolkit together, I don't really know where to start, then come and join me for Novice Knitter in January. In January we're going through my Novice Knitter courses. They're on my website now. You can buy them, you can get someone to buy them for you for Christmas, or if you want to, you can go and buy them when you've got some Christmas money. But join me in January, we're doing a live round. I'm going to be giving you a bonus Facebook group to go through the whole lot together, and I'm going to be doing Q&A as well. That's going to give you options to say, I don't know about this yarn, help me understand the needles, what am I doing wrong with my knitting, that kind of thing. And we'll be there to cheer each other on and motivate each other to keep going. When you're learning something new, especially if you're starting in the new year, it can take a few weeks and then it completely goes flat. But if you want to start knitting, learning with a group is a great way to go. So that's why I'm setting this up in January. We're going to knit through the Novice Knitter courses together. Okay, thank you for joining me, and I will see you again tomorrow for more Vlogmas. Make sure you're subscribed and you've clicked on the little bell so that you'll be notified when those new videos go out. I'll put links in the description below of anything I've mentioned in here. I will see you again tomorrow for another Vlogmas.